Of 200 grams, which we normally serve on a daily basis, and in comparison that's a steak which those guys are eating. So hopefully they will not stay too long in our hotel, otherwise we get ruined.
And that is an introduction to Prague, capital of the Czech Republic. Good evening and welcome to the latest round of the World Strongman Grand Prix of 1999. Our venue, the tennis stadium here, which has been over the years the Czech Republic's very own venue of legends. Great names of recent tennis history such as Martina Navratilova and Ivan Lendl both competed in their junior and senior careers there. This competition, though, is all about strength in its purest and most absolute of forms. Sixth disciplines are included in tonight's program.
Hi, my name is Jouko Onosai from the beautiful islands of Western Samoa. I am here in the Czech Republic simply to kick some big-time booty.
Hello, I'm Magnus Samuelsson. I'm world's strongest man, and I'm going to stay there.
Hi, I'm Jouko from Finland, world champion 97. Finnish guys are strongest men in the world. I am here to win the Grand Prix.
Hi, I'm Haugen, originally from Norway, now living in beautiful Hawaii and representing the United States of America. I'm here to show the young guys how to do it.
Well, I'm Jan Bartel from the Czech Republic, and the first event he ever competed in, he's saying he's won, and he's here tonight to win again.
We do a program for Eurosport, televised all over Europe, and it's
Well, those are the prime competitors tonight, the ones we expect to be in the top positions as we get into the latter stages of this competition. Six disciplines, as we said: the log lift, the truck pull, Hercules hold, car wheelbarrow, tire flip, and the power stairs. And some of the world's finest exponents of the strongman art here, including, as we've seen, Magnus Samuelsson of Finland, the 1998 world champion. We even have royalty present here tonight, and that's not in the crowds. Onosai of Samoa, the guy you saw right at the beginning, is a royal prince in his home country. But once again, it's the Finns, the most successful nation in this sport in the world, who will start as favourites to take this Grand Prix. But the gap in quality is closing, and closing fast, as more and more nations are fielding athletes who are showing great promise indeed. Log lift then, we start with 110 kilogram, then going up in 10 kilograms to 150. And contestants 90 seconds from the starting signal to lift the log up to straight arm position. And then it's not over, they've got to wait for confirmation. There's the Samoan. It's all a bit easy for him. Barely a bead of sweat appears on the brow as he raises with no problems at all. Magnus Samuelsson doesn't feel he's got anything to prove, but he's under pressure here. And easy for him as well. Haugen of the United States of America, the oldest competitor in the field. 49 years of age. And like he said at the beginning, wants to show the young guys how it's done, but maybe the years will take their toll as the competition moves into its latter stages. Still at 120, this is Bartel of the Czech Republic. Whoa, he's not finding that particularly easy, and maybe this not to be his strongest event. And look to be struggling. One of the favorites, Ahola. Plenty of method. And the strain just beginning to tell at the final ascent as he pushed it above his shoulders. Haugen of the USA. Straight up there, no messing around from him, and straight above the shoulders. A really clean lift that from the United States competitor, and Jan Bartel once again on to 130. Was having trouble at 120. 34 years of age, 130 kilograms he weighs. He's lifting his body weight here, and he's just failed. Is he going to get it on the second attempt? Yes, he does. Good recovery from Bartel, Czech champion of 1999. And he lifted it as if it was a paperweight earlier on. And this one looks as though it's going the same way. Literally rolled up easier than a rolling pin, Matt. And just a quick glare at the judges. 136 kilograms he weighs, 130 kilograms he's lifting. And again, the face may be turning red, but this shows in that lift little sign of stress in the muscle department. Bartel's big surprise as he's still in. He looked as though he's in real difficulties 20 kilos ago and still has a little trouble getting it halfway up. Missed it the last time. Can he get it this time? Took him 2 attempts before, and it's taken him 2 attempts now. And the eyeballs bulge. But he is ultimately successful. One of the youngest competitors in the field, Ahola, 28 years of age, weighing in at only 120 kilograms. Rolls it up his chest. And strain really beginning to tell now. Just can't get the arm straight the first or the second time. Oh, he's got it. He's done really well. Samuelsson not yet lifting his body weight, and just look at the ease in which that went up. And again, thrown down almost with real disdain there, as if that's the best that they could offer. Now, it's Father Time just about to catch up with Haugen here of the USA. Almost in a crouch sitting position to get it onto his knees and then onto his chest, trying to roll it over. Here he goes again. That is absolutely superb. Keeps the legs straight. There's life in the old dog yet. Well, the technique hasn't been the greatest from Bartel, but he's getting a really big cheer. And this time he's struggling to get it to the chest. No, this time he's out. Bartel goes out of the competition then. Looks as though it's going to be between Samuelsson and Onosai of Samoa. Oh, he looks in difficulty, and it's the technique that's got him there. Looked as though it rolled over his arms. He can't get it up to his shoulders. And this isn't the greatest technique from the Samoan, but he's not giving in just yet. But he is now. But he may well go back again. Here he comes. They've done with him as number 8 perhaps in the or a prop forward in the pack in the Samoans last couple of rugby internationals, but he's had enough. And well, it doesn't really look as though it's a strength thing with him. It looks like technique was a bit ragged. This man though, Samuelsson, yes, the Finn is going in at 150, and just look at that. That is the way to do it. $150 kilograms. Is he going to be joined by Jouko Ahola, his fellow Finn? 30 kilograms above his body weight is what he's lifting now. Biding his time. Deep breath before just trying to push. But it's not going to go for him. And he fails at 150. Now this really would be something. The gauntlet will has well and truly been thrown down by the 49-year-old. Rolls it up, but he's having a bit of bother. Just look at the face contorting in pain almost. And the colour, bright red. Rolls it up. No, he's not going to do it, is he? And sensibly bows out, leaving it to Magnus Samuelsson.
First event, what does that mean?
Yeah, it means that I have a great start here in Prague on this nice competition. So actually I'm a bit surprised because I had some inflammation in triceps and forearms, so it's quite painful to clean it.
What is your maximum weight?
At the moment it's like 170, around 170. It's always also depends always on the logs. I mean, you can see today everybody did slightly lower results than normal because this was a difficult one, you know. With balance and with different thickness of the log than normal, but I'm of course very pleased to win it.
Good start then by the world champion. Samuelsson into the lead with 12 points. Finland 1-2, Ahola 11, and Onosai back in third on 10.
I think about mental strength, there is, as I see, two kinds of strength. One is to make results when you need to get them done, and the hardest part I find with mental strength is normal day strength. To always make yourself go to the gym, no matter how tired, how boring it sometimes can be, and just keep on training. I find it quite easy to focus when there is 10,000 people around cheering, but alone in rain, winter time, it can be quite hard to motivate hard training sometimes.
What I respect about the two world champions that we have near us is the fact that to become a world's strongest man, you cannot only be strong physically, you have to be strong mentally, emotionally. There's a lot of things that go on in a competition, and I think you know, there's a lot of ups and there's a lot of downs, and so you have to always you have to have a very strong mind and an ability to be able to just concentrate and focus.
Mental strength is very important for strongman because, well, for my own case, I travel a lot for business and getting into the gym and getting the workout when you're on the road, and everybody else that you're dealing with are, you know, want to have a cocktail and do that type of thing. You got to go and work out, because if you don't get the workout in on the road, you know, you have to start over again when you get home. And then I think like in the events themselves, it's so easy to, if you lose the focus, the events are so heavy that you could go from doing really well to doing really lousy just for mentally not being in focus.
When I was 10 years old, I told my dad that I will be best in one sport someday, but I wasn't as big like, for example, Joe or Magnus, but if you have a very strong mind, you can be the best.
After the break then, the truck pull.
British Eurosport is the channel for European for every race.
Welcome back to Prague. And the log lift, that was the result after the opening round. Magnus Samuelsson, the world champion from 1998, into an immediate lead. Odd Haugen, who's getting a bit fed up, he said, of having to answer questions about his age and ability. Nothing to do with it, state of mind. Weight of the truck, 8 tons. It's got to be pulled on time, 25 meters, or if not the longest distance they can pull. He's got good early momentum here. And he's building up a reasonable speed, getting it down this 25-meter track. Managed 140 kilograms in the log lift. And he wasn't disgraced at all. Joint second. And 29.38 seconds for Haugen of the United States of America. Now the follow-up. Certainly hasn't got the momentum of Haugen. And looks to be struggling a bit here. He's moving well off of center. And the encouragement coming from his coach. But he's well outside of Haugen's time, 31.84. Onosai, this is his favorite event. Low center of gravity, can get down really low and put all his body weight behind this. And again, short steps, he's building up the real momentum here. Remember this truck that he's pulling, it's 8 tons. Well past halfway, he's going to be well underneath 30 seconds, that's for sure. Just look at this, 24.66 seconds. And no surprise, he goes into an early lead.
Onosai. Onosai, how does it feel?
I feel great.
How can you follow that? He's got a big job on here. Behind at the moment, but again he's built up a good momentum too. Past the 10-meter mark, but it's quite a slow time. 17 seconds, 18 now past the 15-meter mark. It's a good, strong finish. Look at this, 24.75.
So far, we're very close to Onosai. Did you expect that?
I'm usually quite fast when the truck is light, because now it doesn't matter if I am a little bit lighter than other guys.
That was a great performance by Ahola, just 0.9 of a second outside of Onosai. Faster feed is the cry from the coach as Samuelsson gets his head down again. 15 seconds past the 15-meter mark, and it's going to be tight, but he's going to go in the lead. Oh, he just gets there.
When Ahola did his race, we thought that there we had the winner, and you came and beat him with 2 seconds. How do you feel about the truck?
The truck was easy started and heavy in the end. And I also want to say thank you to Ahola that made me borrow his shoes because I forgot mine home today.
So Ahola borrowed your shoes, yes?
I borrowed Ahola shoes.
He wasn't quite 2 seconds quicker. 23.31 though. It gives him another 12 points. 2 out of 2 then for Samuelsson. Onosai just sneaking in ahead of Ahola of Finland in third, but only just, and that's how they stand after 2 events. Ahola and Onosai level in second, but Samuelsson's out there in the lead.
Very slowly, bike. Come back.
Right, the next event up is the Hercules hold, holding 2 cars, only with the grip. Both cars on a platform with a 6% incline, and holding for as long as is absolutely possible. Just here, a pure test of endurance here. The brakes are off, and the only thing that is holding those cars are those 2 fists. He's not performed particularly well up until this stage at the moment, Bartel, but he's doing well here over the half-minute mark. And now the hurt is really beginning to dig in here. That's it, 41.3 seconds.
It's first time it's been, but the qualifications are quite tough.
Zahájil druhou polovinu startovní kole v této disciplíně sponzorovaného pražským hotelem Marriott.
Pure concentration on the face-off, Haugen. Business executive travels an awful long way around the world within one of the world's leading fitness corporations, 400 centers worldwide, so he spends a lot of time on planes and trains. But he's 27.7 seconds, and look at disappointment on his face. Not going to be good enough to keep him up there. Ahola of Finland. Ahola, the carpenter in his full-time career, as well as a strongman professional, won more strongman events than anybody else. Knows he's smaller than some of the huge frames and the huge guys you see here, but it does nothing to put him off. He's a great competitor and views it almost as an affront to himself that they're bigger than him, and it makes him doubly determined to do well. Still hanging in there, 41 seconds exactly, just behind Jan Bertel. 41.03. Onosai just lost out in the truck pull. As we said, he's a living legend in Hawaii, this guy. His grandfather is the chief of government in Western Samoa. He's been that since '64. And Joe's a royal prince, which can be seen from the tattoos on his body. And his coronation, or whatever they call it, it lasted 10 days and 5 hours, unbelievably. And which was a bit longer than he's just spent there, 25.31. Champion time, Magnus Samuelsson of Finland, the champion. Leading time, 41.03, Jan Bertel, Ahola, 41. Approaching the half-a-minute mark. He's got about another 11 seconds or so to go, but he's not going to do it. 31.91. Well, that's the final score. Jan Bertel gets himself into pole position. Ahola
in Finland,
in second.
I think I am a role model for some kids, but there is a lot of other sports like ice hockey and ski jumping and cross-country skiing. But I think I can show them something to them, because I am a little bit smaller than you, only a little bit. But but if I can be number one, and I think almost everybody can be number one in strongman sport.
The question of being a role model, I take that very seriously in my life. Because I work with young people, I want them to be able to see that if I can achieve perhaps what may be impossible, I want them to know that they can do it too. When there's teenagers watching the program, I want them to see that guys like us have worked really hard to perfect our skills in this sport, and if we can get to this level, they can too.
would like to believe that I live my life as if I was a role model. I think of myself that, okay, if I'm, you know, what I do has an effect on other people, and would I like to see other people do the same thing as I'm doing? Yeah, then it's the right thing to do. That's how I live my life. So, yeah, in that sense, you know, maybe I'm a role model because I, you know, internalize it in that way. I'm probably more a role model to the old guys than to the kids. The kids probably can relate to somebody almost 50 years old doing this stuff, but I think some older people can see that, hey, you don't have to sit back and kind of wither away when you are 40s and 50s. You can still be active, you can be vital, you can do things, and I think in that sense, hopefully I will inspire some people to start working out.
I've done this sport for myself, basically, from the start, but I always stuck to my belief, like training my own way in a really small gym with no fancy equipment or nothing, just kept on training and just, how can I say, stick to my beliefs, and I can see also in the gyms, especially around my area, that a lot of kids started to train same kind of events and same kind of training as I do. So even though it was not the purpose, it seems like they're doing it now anyway. Mostly I've done this sport for myself, to prove for myself that I could do it.
And he can, and pretty good as well, and he's still in the lead after 3 events, halfway through the competition. Only just, though, Ahola, fellow Finn, is closing in fast.
From Jan de Bont, director of Speed and Twister. Liam Neeson, Catherine Zeta-Jones. The Haunting.
British Eurosport is the channel for European football. Every Monday we round up the pick of the action from across Europe. And that means Ajax and Barcelona, PSG and Sporting Lisbon. The greatest club sides in Europe. The goals, the points, the tables and leading scorers. Eurogoals, tonight at 10:10 on British Eurosport.
With Gillette.
With Radestein, designed to protect you.
British Eurosport has every game in the 1999 Rugby World Cup and a pair of tickets for the final. To win, just tell us, where does the Rugby World Cup final take place? Cardiff, London or Edinburgh? If you've got the answer, call the British Eurosport Rugby World Cup line now. That's 0906 614 0023. 2 tickets for the final could be yours. Follow the Rugby World Cup and play the game with British Eurosport.
Welcome back to Prague. Halfway through this Strongman Grand Prix. It's a finish 1-2 after 3 events. Halfway through, Ahola trailing Samuelsson by 2 points. Onosai bringing up the way in 3rd place, but it's slipping away from him and slipping away fast. It looks like it's going to be a battle for 1st place between the 2 Finns. The car wheelbarrow, the car lifted in the rear, and the contestant rather has got to move it 30 meters. So we're timed once again. Off goes Haugen. Got a reasonably good time in the Hercules old 27.07. So we'll be disappointed if he doesn't get somewhere around that with this, which is fairly similar. 30 meters they've got to go. And don't forget, as you can see, the driver, of course, is in there as well, steering it. And 28.32. Good start for Haugen.
The second one that finished the goal.
It was heavy. It was heavy.
There's none like you, Lord, every day I want to praise the wonders of my comfort, my shelter, tower of refuge and strength. Let every breath, all that I am, never cease to worship you. Shout to the Lord, all the earth, let us sing. Power and majesty, praise to the King. Mountains bow down and the seas will roar at the sound of your name.
Hey, Luther Vandross, George Benson take a back seat. This is the king of soul, or so he thinks. He went on a bit, didn't he? Onosai. Is there no end to this man's talents? Up goes the Volvo estate. Could it be any other car? Well, look at that, 1.05 meters. That is, well, that is a major surprise. Here comes the king. Onosai, here he goes. Moving well. As he said, does a lot of work with underprivileged kids. Only 10.1 meters. Yeah, does a lot of work with underprivileged kids and has received more than one award from the White House for his work with them.
Onosai, was it a disappointment, 10 meters?
Yes. I've never done this before, so it's new for me.
It's new for you. Would you say you're a better singer than you are in car wheelbarrow?
Yeah, I'm probably a better singer than I'm a wheelbarrow guy.
There goes Samuelsson, the champion, currently in the lead, although only just from Ahola. Enough to spur him on. Now, as long as he should finish this, then as long as he gets inside 28, 32 seconds, just look at that, 17:72.
Comment.
I didn't win World's Strongest Man by lottery last year, and I'm going to defend it this year. I think
Okay, fantastic speed.
This is one of these events. When you're going up against such a tough guy as Ahola, you have two chances. It's either go slow and lose, or go full speed and have a chance to win at least.
After you've just lifted 30 tons of metal, or however much it weighs, you'd like at least a few seconds before the interviewer stuck his mic underneath you. He didn't get it. Now the pressure is on. Will it be enhanced? That really was incredible. 17.72, 28.32 from Haugen. Is the only other one to finish so far. The 49-year-old American. This one is going as well, 20.18. Ahola is behind, but he's in second place.
Jouko, Ahola, second in this event. How does it feel?
I'm not very happy.
You're not very happy. This is one of your special moments, otherwise.
Yeah, but I was too slow. But actually, it was quite good time. But of course, you want to win always. But
you are 2 events left, and you're second now. Are you think you're going to make it for the last 2?
I am 3 points behind now, and we will see it.
Got to win them all then. Ahola in second place, needed to be on top really. Samuelsson out there again, 12 points. And that's how they stand. There it is, 3 points the difference between first and second. And the rest, well, they've got some work to do. Tire flip, next to last event. They've got a flip, a 350 kilogram tire, 25 meters. And away they go. Jan Bartel has got a first in one event so far, but he's looked, well, he has been actually totally inconsistent, and has got no chance of winning the competition, obviously, but it's also a question of pride that you don't finish last in these things here. But he's away and doing particularly well here. 29 seconds so far. Well, as long as he gets, he's over 50 seconds, it's not a particularly quick time, but he is going to finish. 58.97. Now, Onosai, he's had a bit of trouble with the car wheelbarrow already. Now, how's he going to compete here? Oh, he's finding it difficult to get a foothold in there. And I don't think he's actually going to compete at all. And a really disappointing exit from Onosai. Now, this man should show the way it's done, Haugen. He probably gets fed up of people telling you how old he is, but if you've just joined us, he's 49. And he is still fit enough to give these guys at least a decent run for their money. Haugen approaching the halfway mark. It's really beginning to hurt though now. 28.32 in the car wheelbarrow, which is a great performance from Haugen. Works out every day in the gym still. Bikes it everywhere, hikes everywhere, but then if you lived in Hawaii, where this guy lives, on the north shore of Oahu and the island of Hawaii, then you perhaps don't need to be coaxed too often to go out for a bike ride or a walk, do you? Well, looking behind his shoulder, he knows that he's got no chance of winning it, but pride will carry him forward to the finish line. Will it? No, it won't, because time out.
Odd Haugen, here you did the real fighting instinct thing.
It was tough. Couldn't get any grip on it.
You were 4th place before this contest. Now you're maybe walking up to 3rd place. How would that feel?
Good, good.
You're feeling confident today?
That was kind of bad, but it was all right.
He's incredible, and he's the master of the obvious question. Now, well, the man that has been out in the lead from the beginning, and off he goes here. Magnus Samuelsson, 1998 world champion, looks as though he's going to be in it for 1999, but he's up against Ahola. And Ahola is behind him by about a tyre flip. He's still going though. And Ahola is closing down as Samuelsson is beginning just to tire a little. It's good finish this from Ahola. If he can get down there. Ahola, he's right neck and neck almost. The tyre is literally up and over at the same time. There's still a little distance between them though. Samuelsson is in the lead, and it's going to be Samuelsson at 41.95 that gets it. 42.03 Ahola.
Magnus, come here. This was unbelievable. I don't know who won, but this was the worst fight I ever seen.
Yeah, it was a very nice race. I am happy that it was so close. I think he won, but I don't care.
I don't know. I never seen such a so close. I don't know who won, but we should know soon. How does it feel?
You know, it's even though it's painful and you do anything to quit it at once, it's still great fun to have such a close fight, you know. You're watching in
on the side. It's quite interesting, actually.
You're fantastic athletes. Now you're number 1 and 2 in the last event. What do you feel about the last event now?
I think it will be quite easy because we are not under the pressure anymore. We will be, I think so that we will be first and second.
And who is to argue? There you go, Samuelsson and Ahola, as they've been virtually all the way through 1 and 2.
Well, the most important part of my preparation is visualization of the events, going through each event over again and over again, and kind of visualizing how it's going to be done. So your mind is practicing what the body is going to do, and I think that's a very important part of my preparation.
It's very easy to see this. If for example, if you go and win one first event, you probably can win 3 more. But if you lose first event, you're probably going to lose 3 more just because being a bit down in mental. So I think key factor is to always see yourself as, even if nobody else in the whole world believes that you can win, it's enough that if you believe it yourself.
That's true what you said. It's like 97 when I won. There was only 2 guys, my girlfriend and I, who thought that I can win the competition, and I won it.
I work with a lot of young people, and there's a formula that I teach every single one of them, and that's a vision plus a plan plus action equals a fulfilled dream. But it all starts with a vision. You have to visualize yourself, just like Samuelsson said. You have to see yourself as a winner, because if you don't have a chance.
He's obviously had a bit of hazy sight there, hasn't he, Onosai? There is the standings after 5 events. Samuelsson ahead of Ahola.
There once was a house, a bright, happy home. Something bad happened, and now it sits all alone.
Now Eurosport dares you to enter a competition that's so good it's scary. Please listen carefully to the following question. What is the name of the haunted house in The Haunting? Is it Happy House, Hill House, or Hungry House? The winner will spend 4 spooky nights at London's most famous haunted hotel, a trip around the Bloody Tower, and a visit to the show Phantom of the Opera.
Perfect, isn't it?
Call the special Eurosport hotline now for your chance to win this once-in-a-lifetime trip.
None of this is real.
Oh, it is real.
From director Jan de Bont, Liam Neeson, Catherine Zeta-Jones, The Haunting.
World Cup. Now it's do or die. Go to the quarter-finals or go home. Everything to play for and everything to lose. When desperation creeps in, the rugby's at its most exciting. The Rugby World Cup quarter-final playoffs, Wednesday at 12:15 and 7:15, live on British Eurosport.
Welcome back to Prague, and the final part of this Strongman Grand Prix. There are the standings after 5 events. Finns 1 and 2, Samuelsson and Ahola have been neck and neck right from the off, as they were expected to do so. And, well, it's just a battle to see who doesn't finish bottom between the rest. There he is. Of Haugen, Father Time, not caught up with him yet. It's been a disappointing tournament for Joe Onosai of Western Samoa. And the power stairs lift on time, 3 weights of 180, 200 and 220 kilograms up 4 stairs to the top of the platform. All right, away we go then. And a good start from Bertel. 11 seconds or 10 seconds the first one. 6 the second. And finally, the heaviest of them all, and he's going to get there in 24.97. And he's performed well in certain categories here. Perhaps if he could brush up his technique on the others, then he would be challenging. Now, he needs a strong finish, Onosai. He's been disappointing in the past two events, the car wheelbarrow and the hammer tire flip. This should be right up his street. Literally trying to jump up the stairs, but again, he's finding it really difficult to get those weights up and onto the top. Haugen is behind him, and Haugen is in front. There he is. And he's made some ground back, though, Onosai. Haugen struggling, comes back down for the final at 220 kilograms. And now it's going to be really close who finishes this first. And Onosai gets in there in 29.85. Haugen is 30.68. Well, at least he's finished a discipline, Onosai. Maybe beginning to question himself. Had he not been able to, so at last a smile.
Great competition. Have you ever fighted against each other before?
Every day in practice. Practice.
Yeah. Every day. You are from the same place?
From Hawaii, we train together, and I'm glad I have a partner like him.
Are you a good friend?
Very good friends.
This was a close fight. Did you believe that it's going to be that close?
No, I didn't know. I knew. Yeah, I was more worried about him than anybody else.
So you guys are happy with this?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you for a great show.
Thank you.
Somebody give him a job, give him a job. Right. Down to the main man. Samuelsson, the champion-elect. And that's pretty good technique as well. Samuelsson in second place, and look at this from Ahola. He's well in front at the moment and almost falls down the stairs trying to get up there in sheer desperation to get him to the top in first place, and he's going to do so well before Samuelsson. 19.19, 24.7. It doesn't really matter though in the end. But again, personal pride dragging Ahola, who could have taken it easy, forward, and he ends on a high note.
Ahola, that was a lot of aggression. Did it go well? You won. Did it feel good?
Yeah, it was a little bit too easy.
Was too easy?
Yeah, it was what we did in Hungary. It was much heavier. That's why it felt very easy now.
It seems like you had a tremendous speed. Do you really want to show here who's the strongest?
No, actually. Last time when we had power stairs in Morocco, he was 1 second faster than I, and now it was my turn.
There you go then. Confirmation Ahola takes the 12 points. Samuelsson has to content himself with being second, and he doesn't like that. Cheers then for Jan Bartel. And the rest of the contestants who didn't make it through to those final stages.
From United States of America, Haugen.
Well, it's been a great performance by Haugen. We've said it at least half a dozen times, but for 49 years of age, a fine performance, and really did show well in at least 3 of the events and gave the younger guys a real run. He's the star, though. This man is the star. Joe Onosai. Give him a microphone and he'll never get it back. Likes to sing, likes the spotlight. Got in there in the end, though, snuck it really into third place, and you consider that he didn't finish 2 events, the hammer tire flip and the car wheelbarrow. Second place from Finland, Jouko Ahola. The man that's won more strongman events than anybody else. Has got a bit of a thing, hasn't he, about the fact that he's smaller than the rest. And it's his personal demon that he's on a quest to exercise. and bypass everybody else en route. It's that appears to drive him on, and it's driven him on fairly successfully until now.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you very much. But second, you should imagine, in his household is akin to absolute failure. And even managed to go for a second kiss there. Now here's the winner, 1998 world champion and winner of this Grand Prix, Magnus Samuelsson of Finland. The rest stand back in awe. And shows you the gap in quality. Onosai was never in contention to win this. It was simply between the two Finns, but it will show you how far away the rest of the world are from competing up to this level. Brilliant performance by the Finn.
Same points as Mr. Onosai, and you lost because you didn't have any second place. How does that feel?
Well, it was by an inch on the last event, I guess. I lost by an inch on that one. That was beat me. If I had beaten him on that one, I would have taken him, of course. But
you look pretty happy. Are you happy?
Yeah, I am. You know, Joe and I train together, so this is fantastic. Us tying on points, that shows how competitive we are in training. It's great to have a training partner like Joe Onosai.
You were expecting to win.
Well, every contest, I think all of us came here hoping to win. You know, every champion sets their eyes on gold, not just silver. You know, but I'm very happy with the bronze, and I'm just glad that I performed pretty well to get third place. So I thank God for that.
And Mr. Ahola, how do you feel? It was extremely close, but you took second here. Will you change that now?
Of course, I hope so, but it will be totally different competition, and we will see it. But this competition was great, and this was very good training for us.
I enjoyed this competition. It was very nice to be here, and I'm looking forward to come back for next year. That's it then from Prague for this Strongman Grand Prix. We'll leave you with the news that it's a finish 1-2. There is the final result. Magnus Samuelsson, no surprise really that he takes first place, but Ahola ran him really close. Look out then for the future Grand Prix that are up and coming, but until then, from us all here in Prague, a very good night to you all.